If you walk into a dealership and tell them your budget is $400 a month, there's a very real chance you're about to lose thousands of dollars without even realizing it. Because the moment a dealer knows your monthly payment limit, the negotiation changes completely. They stop focusing on the price of the car and start focusing on how to keep you trapped inside a payment. And that's exactly how millions of Americans end up paying far more than they should for a car they thought they could afford. Imagine this. A buyer walks into a dealership looking for a used SUV. He's nervous, doesn't want to overspend, and says the one thing almost every dealer wants to hear. I just need to stay under $400 a month. The salesperson smiles instantly, not because they want to help him, but because the buyer just revealed the exact number they can manipulate. At that moment, the real price of the car almost stops mattering. Instead of negotiating the total cost, the dealership now starts building a payment trap around that monthly number, and most buyers never notice it happening. Because dealerships know something powerful about human psychology, people don't buy cars based on total price anymore. They buy based on monthly pain. A $35,000 car sounds expensive, but just $399 a month sounds manageable. And that's where the trap begins. Dealers can stretch the loan longer, increase the interest rate, add hidden fees, roll extra debt into the financing, and suddenly, a car that should have cost you $28,000 turns into a $42,000 mistake spread across 7 years. But because the monthly payment still feels affordable, buyers think they won the deal. Here's how the trick usually works. Let's say you want a car priced at $30,000. A smart buyer would negotiate the total price first, but most people walk in focused only on the payment. They say something like, "Can you get me under $450 a month?" Now the dealership has total control. Instead of lowering the car price, they extend the loan to 84 months, 7 full years. Then they quietly increase the APR from maybe 5% to 9%. Then they add extended warranties, protection packages, gap insurance, nitrogen tires, VIN etching, random dealership fees. And suddenly your affordable payment hides thousands of dollars in extra cost. The crazy part is most buyers never calculate the final amount they'll actually pay. They only hear the monthly number, and dealerships know this. That's why salespeople almost always ask one question early in the conversation. What monthly payment are you comfortable with? It sounds innocent, helpful even. But financially, that question changes everything, because now they're not trying to save you money. They're trying to maximize how much profit they can fit inside your comfort zone. Think about it this way. If someone told you a phone costs $20,000, you'd laugh and walk away. But if they said only $19 a month, suddenly your brain processes it differently. That's exactly what dealerships do with cars. They divide a massive amount of debt into smaller emotional pieces that feel harmless. And the longer the loan gets, the more dangerous it becomes. Right now in America, millions of people are trapped in 72-month and 84-month car loans. Some people are still paying for cars that are already breaking down. Others owe more than the car is worth. That's called negative equity, and it's exploding across the country. Imagine owing $31,000 on a car worth only $22,000. If you try to trade it in, the dealership rolls the leftover debt into your next loan, creating an even bigger financial trap. This is how people end up making car payments for 10 years straight without realizing it. One bad deal rolls into another, and all of it usually starts with the same mistake, telling the dealer your monthly budget too early. Now, to be fair, not every dealership is evil. Some salespeople are honest, but the financing system itself rewards higher payments, longer loans, and bigger interest charges. Dealership finance departments often make money when your interest rate goes up. That means if a bank approves you for 6%, the dealer might quietly sell the loan to you at 8% and keep the difference as profit. Most buyers never even notice. They're too focused on whether the payment fits their monthly budget. And that's exactly why this system keeps working. So, what should smart buyers do instead? First, never start with the monthly payment. Negotiate the total price of the car first. Second, get pre-approved through a bank or credit union before visiting the dealership. That way, you already know your interest rate and financing options. Third, always ask for the out-the-door price, not just the monthly payment. And finally, if a dealer keeps avoiding the total price and pushes you back toward monthly affordability, that's a massive red flag. Because once the conversation becomes only about payments, you're no longer buying a car. You're buying debt package to feel comfortable. And dealerships are very good at making dangerous financial decisions feel affordable in the moment. So, the next time a salesperson asks, "What monthly payment are you looking for?" remember this. That question might sound small, but your answer could cost you thousands of dollars. But the scam doesn't stop there. Because once buyers become emotionally attached to a car, dealerships gain even more leverage. And this happens faster than most people realize. The moment you test drive the car, imagine yourself owning it, picture it sitting in your driveway, or start thinking about how good it'll feel driving home in it. Your brain quietly shifts from shopping mode into ownership mode. And psychologically, that changes everything. Because now the dealership knows you don't want to lose the car. And when people fear losing something, they become far easier to manipulate. This is why many dealerships intentionally make the process long and exhausting. They keep you there for hours. They offer coffee, compliment your choices, build emotional comfort, and slowly wear down your resistance. By the time the paperwork finally arrives, most buyers are mentally drained. They stop questioning the numbers. They stop checking the fees. They just want the process to end. And that's when expensive mistakes slip through unnoticed. A finance manager might suddenly say, "Good news! We got your payment close to where you wanted." Notice the wording, not "we saved you money," not "we lowered the car price," just "we got the payment where you wanted." That single sentence hides an important truth. They may have changed everything else to make the payment work. Longer loan, higher APR, more fees, more profit, and most people never realize how dangerous long loans actually are, because the longer your loan lasts, the slower you build ownership in the car. Cars lose value fast. Some vehicles lose 20% of their value in the first year alone. The dealership simply adds that $8,000 into the next loan. Now, the buyer starts their new car already underwater financially. And many people repeat this cycle over and over again without realizing they're digging themselves deeper into debt every time they upgrade vehicles. They stay emotionally detached during negotiations. They don't reveal their monthly budget early. They focus on the total out-the-door price. They compare financing from banks and credit unions before entering the dealership. And, most importantly, they're willing to walk away. Because walking away is one of the few things dealerships truly fear. The moment a buyer becomes emotionally attached and desperate to make the deal happen, the dealership gains control. But when a buyer stays calm, patient, and willing to leave, the negotiation changes completely. And remember, dealerships negotiate car deals every single day. Most buyers only do it once every few years. That experience gap is exactly why so many people get trapped in bad financing deals without realizing it until years later. So, before signing your next car loan, ask yourself one question. Are you negotiating the price of the car, or are you simply negotiating how long you'll stay in debt?